There's something sacred about the things we keep of the dead. A photograph, a letter, a lock of hair, they anchor memory, hold love in place when the soul has already moved on. But sometimes, what clings to an object isn't memory at all. For some, love becomes a tether. For others, a curse. Across time, these relics have passed through countless hands, each leaving an imprint, a trace, a whisper, and within their stillness, something stirs. This is where the veil thins, where devotion turns to haunting. I am for winds, and these are the possessed objects of the dead. They say love never dies. But what happens when grief refuses to let go? Tonight, we open another case from possessed objects of the dead. This is the widow's locket.
I'm still breathing inside the fire.
The locket was found in a small estate sale in Bangor, Maine, among many assorted items of forgotten heirlooms. A gold oval pendant, etched with initials EV inside. A photograph of a young man in uniform, his eyes soft, yet hollow. The seller said it once belonged to Eleanor Vale, a woman who lost her husband at sea in 1892. But here's where the story begins to become dark. They say, whoever owns the locket now claims the photograph changes within the locket. The man's face grows older, then younger, as if the picture itself is alive. The first buyer, a collector named Marjorie Haley, reported waking to the sound of breathing. She described it as a man exhaling softly right beside her ear. Each night, the locket would swing on its chain, and the photo inside began to change again, this time showing Eleanor instead of her husband. Her reflection, eyes closed, lips sewn with a black thread. Marjorie returned the locket the next morning. The shopkeeper who took back the locket passed 3 days later, heart failure, alone in his sleep. Historical records confirm Eleanor Vale existed, a seamstress from Castine. Her husband's ship, the Marin's Grace, vanished in fog. Witnesses say she visited the shoreline each night, calling his name into the mist. When her body was found, the locket was clutched in her hand. The coroner's report stated her cause of death as exposure and grief. but locals whispered something else. That she bound her spirit to the locket so she could find him, even beyond the veil. In 2019, a team of investigators acquired the locket for testing. EMF readings spiked only when a female voice said Eleanor.
Eleanor.
One camera captured a fog-like shape hovering above the locket, and an EVP whispered,
He is still at sea.
The team sealed the locket in a blessed glass case, surrounded by salt. But one of them, Amy Cartwright, later confessed in her journal, "Sometimes, I still hear waves in my dreams, and when I wake up, the sheets are damp with seawater." They say the dead linger where love is unfinished. But Eleanor's love became a chain, one that even death could not break. So if you ever come across a locket etched with EV, be careful whose memory you wear against your heart. Because some souls still remember the touch. Upon the shore where whispers weep, an ocean's breath begins to creep. A locket gleams and candles glow. Its gold now tarnished, soft and low. Within its clasp, a face once dear, now shifts with time, now draws too near. Eyes that follow, lips once kind, sewn by grief and love entwined. It hums at night beneath the rain, a song of loss, a sigh of pain. The sea remembers every vow, but death won't keep its distance now. They say her ghost still walks the tide. With salt-stung tears she cannot hide. The chain she forged from love's regret still binds the hearts that can't forget. So if you find it, trembling, cold, that locket carved in haunted gold, be still your breath and do not pray, for Eleanor wakes when names decay. The locket remains sealed in containment under holy fire protection. Investigators claim to still hear faint ocean waves through the case. And once a year on October 9th, the photograph changes again, this time showing two figures side by side, hands clasped, eyes closed. Maybe she finally found him. Or maybe she never stopped searching. Possession doesn't always begin in rage or fear. Sometimes it's born of devotion, a heart that refused to stop beating even after it was buried. If you ever come across an object that hums with memory, that feels warm to the touch, whispering to you when the world is quiet, remember this story, for the line between love and haunting is thinner than silk, and what binds us to the living can also bind us to the dead.
When the day feels far too long and it's hard to catch my breath, no words are needed at all. That song just finds me. It's a gentle thread when no comfort could reach. Deep inside my restless heart, a tiny melody comes and wraps me like a work of art. A quiet song can soothe my soul. It fills the space that words can't hold, with a warmth that seeps so quietly, whispering you'll be okay with me. Softly, softly. the song within and close my eyes to let it guide. When the world is loud and harsh and I feel myself drift apart, that gentle tune brings me back to the place where healing starts. A quiet song can soothe my soul. It fills the space that words can't hold with warmth that seeps so quietly, whispering you'll be okay with me. Softly, softly, it comforts me. Even on nights soaked in tears, that song remains the same, stays within and lifts me up and teaches me to smile again. A quiet song comes to me tonight, piecing together what's lost inside. A tiny miracle that finds its way, whispering softly, you'll be okay. And now I can say it.